is a Russian oligarch? You've been hearing this word thrown around on the telly recently, and let's just talk about it. So let's start off. What is an oligarch? An oligarch, in the simplest of terms, is someone who has power or influence over a state. Generally a small group of people who have power and influence over a state / nation. In the terms of Russian oligarchs, they are generally billionaires or very rich businessmen who got super rich at the privatization of Russia in the 90s, and they now have a lot of sway and power. They are rich men and women who have a lot of power over the government. In the West, we call those lobbyists, entrepreneurs, and self-made billionaires, to say the least. So the oligarchs initially got money when the Soviet Union started to open up towards the end of its lifetime, and then a lot of them made a lot of money under Yeltsin once, corruption in government kind of was a thing. Again, in the West, we call that lobbying. And then under Putin, even more so, a lot of the new age oligarchs got rich. An example is Roman Abramovich, former Chelsea owner, who is now pretending like, look at me, I'm selling Chelsea, I'm such a nice man. And the British government are giving them way too much time to get all their ducks in a row instead of sanctioning these people who have a lot of sway over the Russian government. So these oligarchs, especially talking about the ones under Putin, a lot of them have a lot of power now since, Putin came to power and he was buddy-buddy with them. Initially, Putin had a power struggle with the oligarchs to try and wrestle power away from them. But, eventually he was like, you know what? You guys can keep some of your powers as long as you support me, which is kind of what happens in this ultra-capitalistic Russia, basically. And it's just Putin and a lot of his friends. Some of them he has turned against and put in prison, and then taken out of prison and been friends with afterwards, which is interesting. But they are basically very rich people who, pass the money around, helping each other out, making a lot of money for themselves, and getting their way with the government. A lot of people say basically a lot of Putin's time is spent measuring and balancing the powers between the oligarchs in Russia. So there you go. Russian oligarchs are just very rich business people who have ties to the government, whether they be directly with Putin or through corruption, and have power over the state of Russia. They are businessmen who have power over the government. Wait, we have those too. But anyway, UK government, do a better job of sanctioning them, guys. Come on. Jeez.